Okay, and we're back, hour number 2. I'm Jeff Rense. Glad you're along tonight. Thanks for spending some time here. And do remember, if you sign up as a subscriber, you can hear these programs anytime you'd like at 56K. Download them into your iPod. I don't know if you can download into the iPad yet, but certainly you will be able to soon enough. You can also hear the program repeated several times a day, as are all the programs on the Rense Radio Network. And they are all archived for your listening convenience anytime at all. And do understand that this program and all the programs that I present on the network through our wonderful hosts are for you. That's why we're here. Up this hour is a gentleman who has brought to the world a great deal of illumination and insight into how the controllers work. He is Lindsey Williams, and I don't think he needs much more of an introduction than that to most of you folks out there. Lindsey is an extraordinary man, and he knows a lot about the oil business, having been up in Alaska when the Alaskan oil pipeline was built. He was a chaplain for the entire project, and just a remarkable background. We won't go into that now, but I did want to ask him to come back on tonight to bring us up to date on how he sees things. We, of course, continue to cover the story around the clock at rense.com, because it is one of the great catastrophes of our times, period. It may turn out to be the greatest. Time will tell. But don't worry, everything must be okay, because, gee, the Dow Jones is 11,164. That's, things got to be cooking right along, right? Gold is roaring at 1,342. That's not a surprise. The smart money went to gold and is still going to gold. Oil, crude, is 82.43, and no danger there either. Lindsey, are you there?
Jeff, thank you for allowing me the privilege of being on your program tonight.
My pleasure, my friend. Glad you're back. You've been very busy. This situation is not going away, even if it has gone away in the controlled media, much to the disgrace of those who practice the so-called, in their case, profession of journalism. It's no more journalism than a person mowing lawns. It's a joke. I urge all of you again to keep your eye on the oil catastrophe featured story box to understand what's happened to and what is happening to not only the Gulf of Mexico, but the Atlantic Current, the Gulf Stream, and millions of people who live along the Gulf. If I might, I'm going to spend 30 seconds here and read the latest headlines from the Gulf for you to give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about. Total catastrophe. Katrina was just a thunderstorm compared to BP's oil disaster. There's one story. You know how they say the fishing is fine? Go ahead and eat the fish. Fishing boats are working almost side by side with cleaning crews in the Gulf. What are they cleaning? They're cleaning toxic, deadly chemicals. Still no testing for heavy metals or dispersants. The government just won't do it. Someone else described the oil sheen now out there as a lot worse. All these spots were, quote, just completely loaded with oil on a Mississippi beach. And then, of course, those fishermen, 20 of them were sprayed when they had lashed about 20 of their boats together for an overnight rest while they were out fishing. They were sprayed with Corexit or one of the other dispersants. Look, there are people sick, all right? Not just inconvenienced sick. Seriously sick. There have been people who have already died. There will be a lot more people who are going to die. There are people who are bleeding from their mouths and every orifice on the body. There are people who have levels of toxic metals in their body off the charts. No one's talking about it. No one's saying anything about it. Out of sight, out of mind. Lindsey, please go ahead.
Well, Jeff, you're exactly right. It was a disaster of disasters. And many of, well, I guess all of your listeners will probably recognize that you've heard nothing from me for 3 months' time. Literally nothing.
That was about the last time you were on this program, too.
Yes, it was. In fact, it's not that I took a vacation. something very unusual happened. The Mr. X, the gentleman who has given me all of the information over the past 35 years, the one that told me 2 years ago that the crude oil was going from $147 a barrel to $50 a barrel, he found out he had a malignant cancer, and he had to go to Washington State and have something done about it. He said I would not be able to get in touch with him while he was there.
I remember
well, 2 months went by, and I got no message. And, Jeff, when I don't have news that I know is right, I just don't talk. I keep quiet. Because within myself, Lindsey Williams, I just put on my britches like every other man every morning. It's these people who have been willing to give me the information, the elitists of the world, who have told me this over these 35 years,